Welcome to the ADLR podcast. I am Anthony, joined by Brian
Mm,
and Janiana's Hand and Randall.
What's up?
Nothing much here. What was I gonna mention? Because Randall said what's up. It reminded me of the. Oh my gosh, what is the fiasco that's happening?
Lupe.
Yeah, Lupe fiasco. No, the whole NFL, all the Taylor Swift fans and NFL fans shaking hands because they're together now watching football games.
I don't know.
Yeah, the what is it, Randall? The Chiefs player.
Kelsey?
Yeah, that guy. Which I mean, NFL loves it. More people watching, more people, more ads being given out. So good for them. I don't know any other details besides that, but whatever's. What was I gonna mention?
I don't know. You're freaking out already.
I am freaking out already. It might be all this heat. I need to get my what is it? Coils for the AC cleaned out. And I keep forgetting to call them back because they said they were gonna call me back, and they don't call me back. So for setting up an appointment. And I got to make sure it's not on the weekends or after hours because they'll quickly charge you for that. Oh, you made an appointment for the weekend? There's a weekend charge for that. Oh, it's after 5 o'clock? That's a late night visit charge. Bet.
But if they show up late, do they begin the charges it on them?
No, I mean they
Let's
make the
say,
appointment and then
let's say,
they
you, let's say you schedule it for 3.
yeah.
They say, "Yo, my car became a horse. I'm gonna be late." They show up at 5:01. They're not charging you the overtime, right?
Oh, they better not dream of it, or they're gonna see what happens when you cross Papa. It's gonna be a human-sized hole on the ground with someone suplexed into it. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not gonna fly here. Don't be like, yo, the appointment was at 3, but they arrived at 5. That's not my problem. Speaking of which, Ron, you want to tell them about your fiasco today? I almost suplexed someone onto a truck.
What the hell?
What Oh, you talking about the mattress?
Yeah.
Um I mean there's not much to say except for like it's funny how they took all day to deliver the mattress and box spring that I ordered. But then all of a sudden, after I get it, now they're coming all the time.
Yeah, they are.
They look to, I mean, who wouldn't
That's
like
what
to
that
come all the
mattress
time?
does.
So instead of um I don't well I guess it was the same company that was delivering, but whatever the case was, 2 weeks ago I got my bed and mattress, and then today they tried to deliver another one. So the dude, heavily Hispanic, goes to the door and says that he has my mattress, but I was like, nah, man, you guys already delivered it 2 weeks ago. Like I already have it, and he sounded like he got it, like he understood what I was saying. So he's like, okay, man, and then he goes.
Yeah.
I close the door, and I'm looking out the window because I don't know why. It's just a habit of me. Whenever someone leaves, I look out the window to make sure they don't get eaten by a wild animal or something like that.
Gotcha.
And then I see them taking the mattress and box spring off the box. I mean, off the truck. I'm like, what are they doing? So then he brings it to the bed. To the bed. He brings it to the door. I open the door. I'm like, I got my hands open. Like, yo, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
He was like, he puts the thumbs up, and I was like, no, no thumbs up. Like, you already delivered this 2 weeks ago. He was like, oh, yeah. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. And he just takes the box spring and goes. I was like,
I'm.
do I need to sign anything? He's like, no, no, no. They'll call you.
That's insane. How do you mess that up?
I don't know. Well, I mean, they canceled on me when I initially made the order like 4 times. So at that point, I had given up completely on them having any sort of organizational skills whatsoever.
They're
It's
like,
probably
And
communication skills, most likely.
that's an inventory. That's a systematic. Like, why is it still? Why is the system still going? Hey, deliver it to this place.
That's what I'm saying. It's probably someone didn't mark it as delivered or something, or close whatever, cancel things properly, and not said anything. And then they're like, "Okay, man."
That's ridiculous. I was waiting for them to be like, "No, we have to leave it here," and I'm gonna be like, "Fam, I can bury you with it, right? Like, this isn't storage, fam." Like, I was waiting for them to give him trouble or something. I would have gone out there without a shirt and just started yelling at him. Because I heard that I was working out at the time, so I heard the commotion. Like, I heard a truck stop, and I'm like, "The hell?" Then I saw legs coming up the driveway. Like, you know how I keep the garage door a little open, so I don't die in the garage doing workout. And I see these two sets of feet, and I'm like, "What the hell's happening?" Then the doorbell, or not the doorbell. I don't even know if they rang the doorbell. The app was like, the Ring app was like, "Hey, just somebody at your front door." I'm like, "All right, that makes sense." I saw legs. Then they start pacing the driveway up when, like, I'm like, "What the fuck's going on?" So I go outside and ask, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm here to do a mattress." And I'm like, and I asked the guy, "Mattress for who?" Because I'm like, I don't think it's Randall. He got his. He's like, Randall. And I'm like, "Alrighty, this is something he's going to have to I come inside, call Randall, comes back down. And then he handles that, I guess. And then 20 minutes later, I still see the truck outside. I'm like, "Fam, it doesn't take long to get in your truck and just drive. What's popping?" And he's like, they tried to put it in here again." And I'm like, "All right." There's no way it should have gotten to that point. It's insane. So you know not to order from them now. Do you want to publicly shame them here, Randall, or not?
I mean, I've been ordering from them for a long time, so I don't think it's where I ordered it from. I think it was the delivery service because the delivery service is a completely different company. So whoever is RXO, you suck
There you go.
terribly.
And you guys can hold that massive L from here until the end of time. So it's
No
insane.
problem.
It's no problem.
Mhm.
No problem. Got it. Speaking of no problem, I've been having a no problem playing No Man's Sky. A lot heavily. A lot recently. I've been alternating between Cyberpunk. I started like the first mission or two for Phantom Liberty. Good start. You meet some new characters and for the expansion.
I'm like right there. I want to make a relation with Judy before I start the DLC.
Oh, I got it. It came out, so and then I got the instant phone call that you would get. "Hey man, whatever," and then you got like a weird new mission or something. I'm like, "That's probably it." So then a few days later, I just did the first one to see what it was like, and yeah, good start. I don't know much past that, but definitely I can see myself jumping into just straight those missions, but I've been jumping between intense cyberpunk, shootouts, hacking, and then chilled space exploration with No Man's Sky. I've been all about it. And then recent tweets and stuff are up for season 6 or whatever, or version 6 of Battlefield 2042. So I'm getting hype. I haven't played it in a long time, so I might launch that up again. What else? Oh, if you haven't yet, Brian, I know you got super hype for the Castlevania. I'll let you talk on that, but I've been watching. I'm maybe halfway through Fiona and Cake. So for people who like Adventure Time, go and check out Fiona and Cake so far. I'm halfway through and I'm liking it a lot. I don't know. That's it. I'll let you guys go on. Maybe I'm forgetting something. I also saw some shit too, but I don't remember
Like I'm
everything.
forgetting something as well, but I don't know what the hell I would be forgetting.
Oh, that's easy. We can both on Steven Sanchez, new project that came out. Holy shit. Love most of it. There's one track. Let me see if I can look it up. You can talk on it, Brian, while I look up something real quick.
Boom. Like what? 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
Steven Sanchez released an album. I don't think I've heard of him until the beginning of this year with his singles, and I heard his first single, Evangeline, and I'm like, Diablo. If he does a second one like this, I'm gonna follow him immediately on title. Second track, I think it was My Girl,
Yeah. Only Girl.
Only Girl. I'm like, that's it.
That's all I
And I've
needed to
just
hear.
been just waiting for an album, and out of nowhere, I don't remember how I got a. I think it's because I've been praising him so much that Instagram's like, oh, here's an ad. He's gonna do a live, like a visual for his album that comes out on this date. And I'm like, oh shit. So then
Wait, what? There's
listen
a
to his album.
visual?
Yeah, it dropped today.
Like a
The
YouTube?
visual dropped today. I didn't watch it yet.
Hold on.
But the album dropped a while back.
I gotta go check it out because that's something I can watch, during the weekend or something. Let me see something. Steven
The album.
Sanchez.
Okay, there's 13 songs on this
Yeah.
album. There's only 2 I didn't heart.
Only 2? That's crazy.
Only 2 I didn't heart. To sum it up, for the most part, it's like a period piece. It's like a 60s bluesy, like Nashville, the country music in that era, kind of like Elvis, but a little more bluesy side when people sounded like that.
And he just
He,
fucking
he,
nails
he
it.
nails the period piece. It sounds very authentic to that time. The man has a talented voice. Whoever produced it and mixed it, they got the assignment.
We can check the credits. It's a few people, you know.
Yeah, there's only
Per
2
track.
songs that didn't heart. I don't remember hating them. I think I was like, oh, that's cool. Most of it, right up my alley. Handshake, GG's. I enjoyed it thoroughly. If you like the sappy, old timey, bluesy music, with a guy who can sing, this is up your alley. Even if you don't, it's not really your like cup of tea. Album's sub 40 minutes. Not too big of a commitment. I highly recommend it.
I pretty much mirror what you mentioned. There was track 10, the one that has his only feature was I didn't heart it because of the feature. Like he did it the past 9 tracks before that. I'm like he's killing it by himself, and then just having someone else come in, I'm like it like disoriented me. I'm like what I don't need other voices here. You were killing it already, right?
I like the voice. I think I just didn't care too much for like the writing.
And then 9, this is the first track I think I've heard where I have restarted the whole song because how good the middle uh doesn't do me any good. It has like a midpoint where he goes high note and then right into more instrumentals, and it was so smooth. I'm like, I gotta hear that again. I didn't go back 10 seconds. I'm like, start the track over again. Like, and then he hits it again. I'm like, that is insane. Are you playing it now, Ron? Or are you just
Yeah, I was listening to it. I was remembering which song it was, and I heard the multiple hits.
yeah?
It's like a call and response. It goes, baby, boom, boom, boom.
And then yeah, he nails it. I didn't get as much hearts as you did, but I like the whole. I like to enjoy the whole project as well. But there was just what is that 5 that I'm like this is a must add to the library. But I definitely want to get I don't know when this vinyl will be released, but I want to get this vinyl and see what it sounds like on the on the machine, on the analog, right?
Yep, that definitely is that your song? If you're gonna do top
If
3,
top 3, that's on there.
I gotta remember which song because I kind of just evaporated in whatever's playing when it plays.
It's probably that one, Evangeline, and Only Girl. No, and maybe Until I Found You.
I'm trying to remember
Solid tracks for me.
what the third is.
You didn't like Only Girl or Be More?
Be More is one of them. So
Oh,
I don't know the order yet, but it's Evangeline, Be More. I don't even know.
High was good. Shake was a really upbeat one too, which I liked because it changed from ballad to like high energy, which I liked. I think it was
Yeah,
Shake,
for like 2 songs, and immediately goes back to depressed.
which is fine. Like he does it so well. And I heard his
Trying to think.
previous project, Easy on My Eyes, and it just it which is still again good tracks on that album, but there was no what was I gonna mention? There was no. It didn't feel like a period piece like this. The same way, what is it? Silk Sonic. That's the
Oh,
Anderson .Paak and
Silk
Bruno.
Sonic. Yeah.
What they did with that 70s vibe or whatever 80. I forgot what it was 60s 70s project they did. This guy did it with, but
Different period.
different. Yeah, exactly. And I think he nailed it. Definitely because of that. I think people should check it out. That's like one of those. If I were to play this for an older audience, they'd be like, I don't remember that. Like they'll be like, yeah, it sounds like from our time. Like easily convinced. I think. But what do I know?
It's a toss up for the third one. It's between Doesn't Do Me Any Good or Send My Heart With a Kiss. It's like a 3-way tie for the third place actually. That's crazy.
That's a good problem, right? That means you got a lot of tracks that are hitting.
Great piece.
Yeah, I agree. I'm
0
trying
out
to
of
see
10.
0 out of 10. Oh, my fault. I think that's it. There's no other projects that I listen to. Just singles.
I listened to
Bad.
Guts. I don't know if I mentioned if I reviewed it or not, but
Did we? We made it like offhandedly, but I don't remember
I,
if we did. But you
I
can
don't
go
know.
into it if you
I don't
want,
know if on the
just in case.
street. Olivia Rodrigo, her last album, Chef's Kiss. I'm pretty sure it was in my top 3, maybe even top 2. It might have been top 1. I don't remember what year it came out.
2 years
So
ago.
I was excited for her to finally release more music. I heard the singles. Vampire Starts was just the first single that I heard, and I'm like, all right, she's getting me. And it gets to the chorus, and I'm like, nah, this ain't it.
Eh,
Unfortunately. The next single was what, Bad Idea, right?
yeah.
I listened to it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Gets to the chorus. It's just not hitting, Jack.
Okay.
So I was worried going into the album, and then the album came out. Maybe I'm like 3 weeks behind or so. I kept seeing it, and I kept seeing that I had to listen to it, but then I would always just not. I don't know if it was me worried that I'd hate it. I don't know, but I finally listened
Oh,
to it.
maybe.
12 songs, almost the same length, 39 minutes. I hearted 9 out of 12.
Okay, yeah. So what the hell were you worried about?
I like the good portion.
The portions.
I
Make
like the
sure the
good
portions
portion
are
of it.
good.
But while listening, I try not to compare like someone's that song with, oh, does it sound like this? You know, like to their old work. I try to as separate, and then afterwards, I'll compare it in my head.
Okay.
I enjoy most of these songs. It's definitely different. It's less ballady, singer songwritery, and it's more so like punkish or alt. It's like a teenage angst album for the most part. Um, but I enjoyed it. I by far, not to say that this is ass,
Uh-huh.
but I by far enjoyed Sour way more than this album.
Same. Like
I like
there's a lot of tracks I liked in this as well, just like you mentioned, but I don't know if I had to listen to the project a few times because that's what I did for the first one. I let it marinate a bit to see what I kind of liked, and the first one kind of flowed, I think, better in terms of like playing from beginning to end.
mm, I it was basically immediately with the first album. Like when the songs hit, it wasn't just like, oh, I like this. It was like a diablo. Like I got soul punched.
Yeah,
It's kind of the same thing with Angel Face, that the Steven Sanchez album. When the song hit, it
yeah.
wasn't like, it was just
It
diablo,
was like, oh, this guy's knocking
distortion.
it. Oh, okay. I didn't do that. I didn't just.
With this album, a lot of songs I enjoyed a lot, enough to heart it, obviously. But I think like definitely it's different scales. Like I think if I pit this whole album against like one song that I really enjoyed from the first, easy clear.
Oh, probably. Yeah, I'm with you on that. And it also could be because we've had so much more time with the first one. That's what I'm saying. I got to let it marinate. But off first list, off reaction, yeah, that first album is.
Off first listen, I love this. I like this album, but the other one had an initial hit, a harder hit, that kind of stuck,
Yeah,
like a
I
lasting
think
hit,
I think you were about to sum it up perfectly. This one we like. The first one we loved. Right.
essentially.
I see that.
And top 3 for this, I don't even. Uh, The Grudge is one. I don't know. I didn't know the order yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We might need to let it
The
marinate.
Grudge, Lacey. I don't know how I just whistled while saying that.
You tell me, dude. Make it see.
Um,
It was on purpose, right?
I would know what a third is. I don't remember them that much. She does the same thing. Like there's a few songs, and I said this with Vince Staples' album, where there's a single that came out before. I forget the most recent one, when they had
Backpack. The
Magic.
fish. Oh, Ramona. I thought it was a project of Ramona something. Ramona Parks or something. Or is that one of the tracks?
The name of the album's Pardon something. Ramona Park Broke My Heart.
That's what it was.
I don't know if it's that album. I think it's the one that's just self-named. That had Magic on it. Oh no, yeah, no, it was Ramona Park.
I try to tell you.
Songs separate. So remember, Olivia Rodrigo, both singles. I just wasn't feeling it. Same thing with Vince Staples. Magic by itself, I'm like, nah. But in the context of the album, I ended up liking the second single that she put out. The bad idea, right? Once you get into like the this is what the album's about, and you're in that kind of like mindset of the album.
Uh-huh.
I ended up liking Bad Idea, right? Same thing with Vince. So I like you said, you probably need to listen to it more, and then I might just get the whole album tattooed on me. But
Oh, that's not what I meant. That's not what I implied. I'm just saying this, you might have a clear vision of which of your tops are. Is what I mean. What was that motion? Was I smoking
pushing
from?
glasses,
You
but
did
I forgot I
this.
had. Yeah, but I forgot I had them on. So then I kind of panicked with my hand.
Got it. It looked like my nose was smoking weed. That's what you just did.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, both solid. If I had to pick a winner from my week, easily. Oh, I didn't
the
listen to them the same week.
winner for the week.
I didn't listen to them both on the same week. But if I had to pick
Oh, you
a
mean?
winner out of the two we mentioned,
Oh, I
easily
don't
still
like
the
to
same.
compare like that. Yeah, I'm not gonna compare those. That doesn't make. Those are different.
I didn't say you then. That's why I said I.
You said you and I. I heard
No,
you.
I don't say
Play the
you.
clip again. I
Hmm?
just make up a fucking scenario. Okay. Uh, I think that was it for me for music anyway. Those are the two projects that I listened to. Uh, I did watch a few things that I forgot to talk about last week. I checked out Blackberry, the the one with
What the hell it is?
you know what it is?
I don't know what the hell that is.
It's like a retelling of the story, like a biopic, not a biopic, like a documentary, but acted
About the
out.
phone?
You know, like the way they're doing Bohemian Rhapsody, Whitney, Elvis, where it's like historical, like a documentary, but acted out by, you know, actors, not like forensic files or something, where it's people going, give me your money. You know what I'm saying? Like it's legit.
Okay.
With the actor from Sunny in Philadelphia, the main dude.
Charlie Day? Oh,
No, not the main dude.
Dennis?
Sorry. Yes, he plays one of the CEOs in the thing, and God bless him, he knows how to do angry CEO so well in this. It's really cool to watch because I'm used to seeing just clips of Sunny, and it's him just like he's being an a-hole, but it's like funny, like dark humor, funny a-hole. This is like he makes it uncomfortable to be in the room, kind of. It's like he'll just treat you like what like fam do as I fucking say kind of thing, and he does a good job with it. And the I forgot who plays the genius that I forgot his name. But you've seen him before. It's not Justin Long. Oh my gosh, I gotta look it up. You've seen him in so many things, and so many
But the guy
comedies.
from How to Train Your Dragon?
I think that's exactly who it is. I think
Jay
he.
Baruchel? Baruchel?
I think yeah. I think he
Very
just
skinny
nailed it.
guy?
Yes,
Yeah, it's him.
Jay Baruch. Yes, he plays Mike Lazardus, and Glenn Howerton is the guy from Sunny. Always Sunny. Both do excellent job. Everyone in here does an excellent job in acting, and it's cool to see. The pacing is so fast. I didn't think it was 2 hours. It felt like an hour and a half because it skips a lot of the stuff. It's like how BlackBerry was kind of made, and then it kind of skips the growing of the company to like near the drama to the end, like when iPhone was announced and stuff, and how they had to try to pivot and the downfall and stuff. It was really cool to watch. So if you don't know the history of BlackBerry, or just wants to see what kind of happened to them after iPhone was announced, this is kind of a really cool thing to watch. That was pretty dope.
What's his name from Mad Men's in it too?
Yes,
Um,
Harry.
thank you.
The character name was Harry, but I don't know his actor name.
The guy that looks like I
Like,
don't remember his actor name. I mean, I'm looking at his actor name, Rich Sommer.
yeah, he's in it. Also does a good job.
Every
And
time I see him, I forget his character's name, but then I always call him Lawrence because that's what he reminds me of.
I can see that. Yeah, I definitely recommend watching it. It's a one watch at least because it's just there's some stuff I didn't know about BlackBerry while they were making it, like how it was started, things like that, like the device and shit like that. So, and then the downfall is like it's not cringe. It's like, oh man, it just sucks what happens.
Hmm.
I think that's it for that. And I think on the podcast I've mentioned before that I had trouble finishing the Green Knight.
Oh, I still want to watch that.
Yeah, so I finally ended up sitting down watching the whole thing, The Green Knight. The journey, awesome. I had I don't know, I had problems with the ending. Like it wasn't a satisfying ending, but the journey for that Green Knight stuff, I thought it was cool. But by once the credits started rolling, I'm like, I don't even know. It's hard for me to recommend it because I don't know if you guys are gonna have the same pay. Like you're gonna feel the same way I am, and that's at that point. I don't know if the ending matters more to you guys than the journey itself. But the journey for that, like the midpoint, beginning and midpoint of the movie, dope. Alicia Vikander's in it. Uh, the Joel Edgerton, I think is the name, he's in it as well. Awesome job. Acting's fantastic. Writing is like old English stuff, so sometimes it's kind of hard to follow if they're speaking kind of quickly, but with subtitles you'll be fine.
Mhm.
Not really a huge like action flick. It's just slower burn, but the things they do in it and the shots are fantastic. It's also a really pretty movie. Great cinematography. And there's some scenes where it's like there's a vibrant environments and stuff, and then there's like some bleak ones. There's like a small, uh, not horror, but like suspense area where you're like I don't even want to be fucking with anything that's in this fucking house that he found in the middle of the fucking woods somewhere.
Oh, the lady from Falcon and Winter Soldier's in it.
Which lady is that? The lady from
The ginger UK lady.
the ginger UK lady. What's her name? What am I looking at?
Winfred. It was her character name. Erin
Winfred.
Kellyman.
You know what would help if I went to a different movie? I'm looking at the Blackberry cast.
You're tweaking, fam.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what's going on. She played Winfred. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know who she is.
I keep forgetting Alicia Vikander's married to Michael Fassbender. Every time I click on her and then I see that fact, I do this. I go, and I nod.
You hit him with the approval, that approval gif of the guy like it's like a white dude. He has like hair down to here with like a fuzzy jacket, and it keeps slowly zooming into him, and he's just like,
He goes,
yeah. I don't know who that person is, so if anybody knows, comment below. Make sure to like,
it's Nelly, right?
Yeah, it's Nelly Furtado. Is that? Did we ever confirm that's how you say her last name?
I think so. I don't know.
Well,
you want me to ask?
Yeah, if you can.
I can't call her.
Yeah, as I mentioned, I think the Green Knight's definitely worth at least one watch. It's just, tell me what you guys think about that ending though, because once it ends, I'm like, okay, they did something cool with the ending, and I'm like, that was okay. I get it, but I didn't feel satisfying, and that's kind of what I would like to see if you guys would like it too. I think that's all. Like I mentioned, watching. Let me check my history real quick. Did I talk about Talk to Me? The horror flick?
You mentioned. I don't know if it was on podcast or not. You mentioned it before.
Oh, Talk to Me was pretty cool. I think it's dope enough. That's the word.
Nope.
To check out. It's pretty much this. There's this like mold of a hand that has a real hand in it that gets transferred from people to people because that's how shit works. And if you hold it, like if you're shaking its hand, and say specific words, you can speak to a dead person, right? And then there's another like I forgot what exactly they say, and then they'll possess you for a bit until you break the chain. And then, as you can tell, horror movie shit goes fucking sideways, right? Shit starts getting worse and worse.
I assume it's like someone's like, "Oh, hey, do that! I dare you to do that." So
yes, that's exactly it. Like it's a group of fucking kids, like teenagers, and they're trying to make it viral videos, and no one's believing that it's real because it looks like someone's just holding a piece of like to the world, it just looks like they're holding a hand and then like acting out like they're, going through shit, and then it actually goes to shit and crazy stuff starts to happen. It was definitely dope. It has some jump scares, but it has the atmosphere of like, oh, everything's fucking freaky, and you don't want to mess with this. They nail it. So I definitely recommend checking that out.
Okay. I still want to see that. I don't know if it's the same people or not, but when I saw the announcement of that Talk to Me thing, reminded me of that movie Smile or whatever. That was supposed to be really scary.
I thought, Brando, didn't you watch that? If you're there,
Nope.
oh, okay. I thought you saw Smile. I thought you saw one of the horror movies. Was it Happy?
Ask you about it if you were gonna watch it.
Oh, okay, yeah. I saw the trailer and I'm like, I'm good on that. But I thought you ended up watching it, or was that Happy Death Day or whatever? 'Cause I think we talked about it on
He
the
saw
podcast.
that.
Okay, that's okay. I'm mixing those two movies up then. 'Cause I could have sworn we talked about it, but I think those are two vastly different things, right? The other one's like like Groundhog Day, and this one's like if you're smiling or something, you die or something. Like what is it?
I don't know, but
No, no.
yeah, I don't know the premise. I just know that people are smiling really big are the murderous ones in the trailer that I saw.
Gotcha.
I don't know why they're smiling. I don't know who's the funny one. I don't know.
You don't know who the funny one is?
Yeah.
All right, it looks like I'm caught up with the stuff I should talk about here. I did finally start season 2 of Visions, Star Wars Visions, the animated series. All I saw was the first episode, which is called Sith, and I thought that was really dope. And I mean, as of this recording, the last episode of Ahsoka's out, and I haven't watched it. I'll probably wait till Friday night to watch it.
I was gonna ask.
But I've been liking the series so far, and I hope it sticks the landing for me. There's been just pretty dope to watch. A lot of cool cinematography, and there's also some cool like slow pace fights, like the one with Baylan and Ahsoka that I really liked a lot. And then also with Ahsoka and spoiler. But we'll see.
Dave Chappelle.
Oh, we did end up I did finish yesterday. Only Murders in the Building, season 3. What's up?
Still worth it?
Yes, because it's whodunit every season with a new what's it called? So if you like whodunits, they're giving you seasons of whodunits with Martin Short and Steve Martin as comedic relief, right? Like it's definitely dope. What was I gonna mention? Yeah, that's it. I don't know if there was anything else I watched. That I have some stuff in the backlog to watch still, like probably this weekend or something. But I think that was it. Have you been watching? Oh, talk on Castlevania, Doug. Since you finished it, you said.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
8 episodes. They're all roughly half an hour. I think there's one episode that's over.
I think it's Nocturne. Castlevania
Nocturne, correct. This is as they sold it or marketed it, spin-off series, the Castlevania series that we already saw and loved and adored it for 3 seasons.
Definitely. I thought it was 4. Was it 3?
Now I don't know.
I'll check. You can keep talking.
Do you want me to say how far after that one this takes place?
Yes, that way people get a timeline. I'm sure you can watch this without watching that first one, right?
Yeah.
It's 4 seasons, bro. The first one for the original series.
There's more payoff into things if you've seen the 4 seasons of the beloved show Castlevania.
Okay.
It takes place 300 years after.
Damn.
Yeah, they start with a young Richter.
Nice.
And shit happens, and then that basically sets up his entire arc. Within the first episode, you're shown, I think, in the 1700s, Boston, Massachusetts. Young Richters.
Were they talking like? Did they have the accent already?
It's only 3 people on the scene.
Okay, don't worry about it. Go ahead.
You start there. Something happens. Cut to an older Richter, and then let the ride begin. There's a different triangle of characters in this, and more so, it's not even just a triangle. It's a bigger supporting team than the first series.
I mean, the first one was like 2.5 because it was it was the red hair mage, and then and sometimes Alucard, like,
and then Trevor. That was essentially the big three, and anyone else after that was for maybe a frame they helped him,
Yeah.
which is Saint Aldermain. I think that's what his name was. Abe Lincoln.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, it was Jermaine. I'm like, there's one more that came in for like a bit that helped a little bit. It was Jermaine. Yeah.
This one has a bigger revolving cast. A lot of them are around way more. Um, it's hard to tell who the fuck is good for a lot of it.
I
Or
like
like,
that. Like it's gray. Like you don't have no idea if they're good
yeah,
guys or bad guys.
you're like this. They basically they show a lot of characters, and they almost always prioritize define this character, but shortly after meeting them, like they'll give you their backstory or what their worldview is.
Uh huh.
Um, and then where they are in the current story. And there's a lot of them like, oh, okay, I get it, but then why are they? Are they? And then this is the other character though, and then they show
So it doesn't give you time to be like, is he a traitor? Or
for essentially you don't know who. Essentially, you don't know who's gonna shit the bed when or why.
I like that.
Um, a lot of them, I mean, say everyone's new characters that they're bringing in. They do a good job. Everybody gets their shine to an extent for why they are the way they are and what
Okay.
they can do. Um, everyone's a lot younger, so it's not a fully fledged Richter. It's him, I think, pretty much a teen
Like year one. Like this is like year one Batman, but is Richter.
for the most part. Yeah.
Okay.
Besides one very anime scene that happens, it's just like a stereotype.
Okay.
I don't have too much complaints for the story. It's solid overall.
Good.
The same like nitpick I had where when the combat starts, sometimes it's choppy and it kind of is disorienting. For the most part, the same. There's a lot more fluid parts, but there's also one specific scene where it was like photo viewer animations and like what the and it zoomed in like this. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. What kind of style is that? That's weird.
But
It,
yeah, it got
that
real
might be
weird.
an homage to something specific that we don't know,
I don't
or an
know.
oversight. But I doubt it's an oversight.
Um, Only in backstory do you really leave certain places, but for the most part, it takes place in one fucking town.
Ooh, I like
Uh,
that.
and like I mentioned before, they do a great job of world building. It's almost the exact same recipe of, hey, this is where we are in the story. Build a world around them. Last episode or two, resolve it.
Oh, okay.
But in a good way. I don't say that to like diminish what they do. Um, Great voice acting, cool
Yeah.
characters.
I took a list of the cast. Your boy Fred's on there voicing 3 people, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. And the rest of the cast,
Um,
I've seen them. I've seen them act. I've seen them in live action stuff. Some of the other casts.
there's one guy that at first I was like, I don't see how it fits, and then they kind of describe like their origins,
Okay.
and literally one sentence, I'm like, okay, I get it now. Why he talks like that?
Okay.
It's not even like I have a lisp or something. No, it's just like, does that really fit how he looks? It
If
fits how he looks now you.
okay. Now that you mentioned, now you gave me some time to marinate on it. It looks exactly like it. Okay.
um. Yeah, solid overall. Then it gets the last episode. And I'm like, all right, down to
Let's see
the
how they land.
the big bad.
Yeah.
They
Really
look
good.
fucking gorgeous.
Okay.
Like,
As in,
you know,
like, this is they're reaching peg tier or
yeah.
okay. Okay.
Even the way that they talk,
Uh huh.
the way that they do world building, big her up as like, yo, this lady, we gotta fucking stop this lady.
Uh huh.
There's characters who are speaking to ancestors, and they're like, you gotta go over there and you gotta stop that shit. I don't, spirits are telling them that, and
Everyone's walking around bricked up. You gotta stop her, dude.
they do a really good job of setting her. Oh, yo, she's coming,
Uh huh.
and up until that point, you know the character, but
You don't know that she's bad about it yet.
yeah, you know the character. You know that people are scared of her. You don't know exactly why, but when another bad worships this one,
Uh huh.
you're like, okay, there are levels to this shit.
Uh huh.
Until, like I said, resolution, which is near the end. And there's a point where in my head, I heard a line from a different show. something so crazy happens.
Uh
I
huh.
heard a line from another show, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, get the fuck out of there.
Holy shit. That's what I like. I like the buildup of, oh, this is a big bad, and if they flex, like, so what you're telling me is they build her up and then she proves it, is what you're saying?
Yeah, they build
Got
her
it.
up in a great way, and when it gets to the point where you're like,
Now it's time to
it's to the
prove it.
point where it's not even like, no, you like, it's not in a way where like you see a big bad and they land in front of you. Okay, with Dracula, you remember how he existed and he kind of just you knew they were gonna fight him and he walks up and accepts the challenge.
Uh-huh.
Something else is happening. The character shows up and the characters do this when they realize what just happened. They go,
And I'm not just talking about
and then this person's here.
Yeah, that's
Um,
insane.
and the payoff it works. It wasn't a letdown. It worked. They bigged
Okay.
her up to the respectable amount.
Cool. As long as she gets the flex as well.
There's more payoff. I'm assuming, I don't know if this is real spoilers, but I hope they continue this and they don't do another spinoff because there's room to continue this and to be like a Nocturne season 2.
Well, you said it was a young Richter, so
Yeah.
his story doesn't end when he's young. Like he gets.
Actually, I'm sorry. I don't know how they're gonna do it. They could do a spinoff or they could season 2 this. I guess that's the better way to say it.
They probably just season 2 it because it looks like it's
But
tied to whatever Belmont is that season. Because I mean they started the spin-off after we were done with the previous season, and that was just about, what was the other Belmont that we followed? Trevor Belmont. Now it's Richter, so I'm assuming maybe a couple seasons with him, and then maybe a different one down the line.
the way that maybe the closing scene, I was like, I literally I popped off.
Oh shit! Okay, that's cool.
So I don't know how they're gonna continue it, but I know the clock's ticking.
You need this as soon as possible.
I need this as soon as possible.
The next Tadum press conference they have, it better be at least
Whatever the fuck they call it.
Yeah, I think it's Tadum Experience or whatever. Tadum
At CastleCon, whatever the fuck they call it.
CastleCon. Let's get it. Yeah.
Castlevania. The rest of this shit, cuando.
Brian just fucking crashes a castle conference talking about actual architecture, and he's like, "Where's Castlevania?"
Mm-hmm. So yeah, just very easy to get through. Only 8 episodes, about 30 minutes each episode. Do I like the big 3 in this is more or less or equal to the first one? Hard to tell because I had more time with them. I like them for
Yeah.
different reasons, and that's the good thing about this is even though he's a Belmont, they have similarities in personalities at times.
Mm-hmm.
Like Richter will give like a snarky or a smart ass answer,
Yeah.
but with him it's more so because he's young.
Yeah. Where Trevor, even at an older age, he was just the
He's
smart
just
ass.
fucking,
Yeah.
There's a mage, completely different.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's
Lot-
Maria.
Yeah, it's Maria.
She's in the trailer, so we know. Like people who saw the trailer know that she's in it.
I like her abilities. I don't think I care a shit about her personality. I will say that.
Oh, okay.
But
Maybe because she's even younger than what's it called. So it might be because she's like a kid, or
I can only imagine with the way that this one ended, she's gonna stop that shit. Is all
oh,
I'm
that's
gonna
good.
say. Like she's gonna everyone at the end of the season.
Definitely
It's
grown.
not, you're not kids anymore.
Yeah, gotcha. This is a coming of age story by force.
Quite
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
It's similar overall, like theme. So in the original show, is a big section with like the Forge Masters and the vampires as to what really is freedom,
Mm-hmm.
and then they go. This is again another viewpoint to the same question.
Gotcha.
And
And I'm assuming the big bad lady has her own view that she's trying to force upon Earth.
she has a lot that she's.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's crazy, but she's voiced really well. She looks really cool.
Written well, I'm so it sounds like.
Yeah, it pays off.
Sweet. I'm excited to watch it. I'll definitely probably be binging that.
All those compliments though, Striga is still she's top of the Castlevania peg list.
Oh, I see. So okay, so she's like Peg S tier. and then the rest of
Yeah,
them are
she's
just
like
regular
so
Peg.
Shriga, big
Mhm.
vampire lady from she's still the cusp, and she's like she
Right
has
underneath.
room.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, I see.
she can grow into tying, I guess.
Okay, cool. That sounds cool. I'm surprised it got so much done with only 8 episodes, especially with only 30 minutes. Then
That's what I don't get. I don't know how they do it, but each season was the same. I don't know if it was 8 episodes specifically, but there weren't long seasons in episode count.
they probably don't waste time. That's the thing. Like it's quality over quantity. Make sure every frame fucking matters. Not let's just waste time
There's no
and
filler. There's
lines.
no
Yeah.
like, hey, we got to do this. You want to go to the beach? And there's none of that.
Or even worse, it's like, hey, I'll help you do your main plot stuff, but you do this for me. I hate those
Yeah,
episodes in anime. Hey, this will further along the plot, but before you do that, help me with something else. Fam, erase that story, right?
what they
Like,
do well, not do good. They do well in this show too. Is there's times where everybody has something they want to do for their arc,
hmm
and they'll be like, "No, I'm gonna go do that." Like sometimes there's X plan, but they're like, "No, I'm gonna do my shit,"
uh-huh.
and I respect it because they do. They don't do it like in a drag way.
That makes sense. I'm excited then. I
I
mean,
liked it. 0 out of 10 though. Honestly, kind of
0,
sucks.
yeah, it kind of blows. Don't bother watching it. Only once. Watch it 7 times.
Yeah. Do we? So we know this season's just 8, or do you think they did like a halfway point and then they're gonna continue?
That's a good question because they've been doing that more and more often. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you have more knowledge than I do, depending on that ending. But for right now, on online databases everywhere, it just shows 8 episodes. So if there is a part 2 that's supposed to be the same season, I don't know about
No,
it.
no news yet.
I mean, it just dropped. So
And
one, I'm assuming the studio's celebrating that it was a success and everybody's loving it. And then
bro,
I'm sure they're
there's
in
some.
talks with Netflix now. They're like, hey, we gave you more bangers. I think it's time for us to get some funding to make the next one, right?
But that's the thing though. It's like some shows get announced another season's happening before the first season comes out.
That's true, but that's more live action, like networks, TV networks like AMC and NBC, and they usually have to plan ahead more. Where Netflix is like juggling 70 things, like a bunch of TV shows, a bunch of movies. So they just announce it when buzz about Netflix goes down. They're like, oh, let's announce something, right? Not me. I mean,
Make it happen.
that's I'll try.
Hack me into your payroll and hack season 2 out.
Yeah, can I get 2 tickets to CastleCon?
Yeah, I'm about to.
Yeah, sick. All right, I'm excited to watch it. What else? And I already mentioned Fiona and Cake. I haven't seen Adventure Time since it ended, so see, it's refreshing to see some returning characters and stuff. Go check out Fiona and Cake as well.
One more sentence is a nitpick about Castlevania. There's one thing I wanted from a certain character that would have made them completely redeemable, and that's all I'll say.
And they didn't do it.
Yeah, it's just one, maybe just one sentence.
Oh, I'm waiting for me to watch it, and I'm like, what the hell was it? And you come back and be like, he never said I love Skullgirls.
I mean, I guess you don't have to watch it though.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay, yeah, the hype meter's up. I'm down. And I don't know if you want to know what the NDA. The NDA went away for the first couple. I don't know if it's the whole season of Loki, but some of the episodes of Loki, and it's not looking hot. So I don't know if that'll deter you from watching it or not. Cause I know you say you're already getting burned out, but
I'll commit to this.
yeah, same. It's only 6 episodes like last season.
I enjoyed the first season, so
Yeah, but
if
we'll
I can
see.
watch, if I can watch Iron Fist 2 seasons worth,
Oh, you're right. You're right. You'll probably be fine with this. But yeah, I'm kind of already like cautiously like, damn, if it's already being by critics, by the way, it's not the fans. So maybe we'll watch it and we'll fucking love it regardless. But the critics are bombing it, not bombing it, but a lot lower than I thought it was gonna be. So, which I think will be fine. I think it starts this week. It does because Ahsoka ended this week, so they kind of want something to keep the memberships flowing. So I'm assuming it's Loki for the next 6 weeks, and I don't know what's gonna come after that. Because what other show does Disney have that's weekly that we're watching? It's literally one show. We're literally paying a subscription to keep up with one show at the moment at a time.
I don't watch. I'm done.
I mean, I'm not saying we as in myself, because fuck that. I'm talking about the people who are paying for Disney Plus, which is insane.
Is there a date for the Castlevania
That man,
Devil May Cry show?
I don't think they put a date. I think they just announced it. They're like, hey, we're working on one, which cool. I saw that first one a long time ago, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, they used to have that one, and from what I remember, I think at one point he had a butler in that or something weird.
I don't
That's the
remember.
only thing.
I don't remember the details, but I remember watching it. And I'm like, the action's cool. I don't remember the story, so I don't know if I just couldn't follow the story or I just wasn't paying attention. But watch
Uh,
that. Oh, I did see a new comedy. It's called Bottoms. Uh, it's one of those like school ones that where the kids are just trying to get laid or some kind of thing, like super bad kind of comedy slash raunchiness.
hmm.
It's with um. Oh my gosh, man, I don't remember her name. She's in the Bear. She's the right hand man for Chef.
Oh,
She's a comedian, right?
yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna look it up because
I'm trying to remember her character's name first.
I can tell you in a sec.
God.
She played
I know
Sydney. She played Sydney, right? And then
you're the worst kind of person.
her name is Ayo Edeberry. She was in it, and so is Rachel Sennott, which I've seen her in like The Idol. She's in Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. I have only seen her in Idol, unfortunately, but yeah. Anyway, they're the main characters.
She
And
looks very identical to Emily Rossum.
yes, she does, but she's I think shorter and shorter, I think, but she does look like a lot just like her.
She's
Not
she
just
was
like her, but
born
reminds her.
on your birthday, but my birth year.
Oh, facts.
We fused, I guess.
I mean, we know the fusion dance, so I'm not too surprised.
I did by color, yeah. There's 3 words to song, so I did by color, and then we matched them.
Yeah, it was funny. It's again raunchy comedy. It's nothing like the plot is like grandiose or anything. It's just enjoy the wild ride of these girls. Just they pretty much start like a fight. Like they learn how to fight for some reason, so they can fight like the jocks who are being assholes and stuff. But they also want to like score with some of the other girls that join the girl fight club, and it's really funny. I definitely recommend it. A good like comedy, just sit down, watch the popcorn, have a drink or something. It's because I'm not used to those kind of comedies coming out this often, right? Because most movies nowadays is the RC or Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff.
It's been a while. There was like that few years in the 2010s where it was just almost, if it was a comedy, it was just that.
Yeah, this is like a return to form, which I'm cool with because I haven't seen something like this in a while. The last one I saw about this was the one that Randall recommended, Joyride.
Why does that sound familiar?
Because we talked about it on here. It's sort of like that kind of comedy. I don't think it gets as crass as Joyride did, but it's still really funny. I think that's all I have for my ingestions here. Randall, what you been listening to, watching, etc.?
I think I did it based on the colors. Like this one.
I don't really. Nothing new. Just
What are you talking
think the
about,
newest
Randall?
thing.
You're lying. Gran Turismo. I just caught you. Nothing
Yeah,
new.
I was just getting ready to say the only new album I've been listening to was soundtrack from Gran Turismo.
But you watched the movie though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's something new. We haven't talked about Gran Turismo.
Oh, you want me to talk about it?
Yeah, you saw it. What do you mean?
I don't want to spoil anything. It's not really much I can say.
I've seen the movie at this point from the trailers.
That's also true, Randall. I don't know if you've seen the trailer for this movie. Like, you get the gist of what's going to happen.
No, I haven't seen any of the trailers or commercials or whatever. It's based on a true story. Is a guy who pretty much just like us, play video games. Um, He was particularly really good at playing Gran Turismo, and his dream was to become a professional race car driver. So the story starts off with him pursuing that goal. Well, um, it involves his family a little bit, but it's mostly about him doing the transition from video games to real life racing. So it's if you're in the cars, if you're in the video games, like early in the movie, it makes like nice transitions between um the video game and real life. They do some nice blending, which is really nice. Um
This one I don't know.
Overall the movie like as far as quality, like the
Is
way it
it?
was
Is
shot,
it
because
all
usually
all matching?
anytime video games go to the big cinema, they usually get a bad rap because I don't know what it is. Um, Maybe they have a difficult time writing a story that's going to be intriguing for people to go and spend money at the movie theater, or I don't know what it is. They usually don't do a great job, but this movie was really good. It was done really well. It was interesting. I love cars, so naturally I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. Um,
I have one
little
one
little
comparison I need you to make.
little tidbit.
Ford versus Ferrari.
Yes, Ford versus Ferrari or this movie?
Probably this movie.
It would be the back.
Challenge accepted, dude.
I mean, you're gonna say Ford versus Ferrari, but we have very different reasons. Like I when I was younger, I used to want to be a race car driver. Like I used to want to race GT,
You wanted to go
and
fast.
yeah. Um. So for a lot of the stuff that's in this movie is very extremely relatable for me because I used to do exactly what this guy did. Like I used to be up all night playing Gran Turismo. I told Anthony this, but back when it was what was it
I
called?
don't know.
Electronic Boutique.
Okay.
That's what it was called. Yeah, Electronic Boutique at the time was like GameStop, but it
Yeah,
was in
they
the mall.
they rebranded it after to EB Games, and then they I think got acquired or something with
Yeah.
by somebody. I don't know what it was.
Um. So before all that happened, that used to be like the GameStop before GameStop, and I used to go there and buy all my games or whatever at the mall. And I remember this particular time I walked in the store and I saw like they had a whole racing setup for Gran Turismo, and it was like the steering wheel with the seat, well not the seat, but the steering wheel with the shift knob and the pedals. So I spent all my money on that. I remember when I rode because at the time I didn't have a car, so
This one
waited for
I
the
did.
bus with this big old box.
This is by
Dragged this big old box on the bus.
this is by
Got home,
so I
set it up in the most like
so we tried to do
ghetto way possible,
motif, but we didn't do
and I started playing Gran Turismo. Man, like I'll be up like all night, like till like 4 in the morning. Um,
No, we
Getting
did
them
that.
licenses.
yeah, getting licenses and doing like
And then
the
my
Le
other
Mans
one to
races,
do
which is
was
like
a little. It's the same.
um
20-hour races.
yeah, in real life it's a 24-hour race, but in a game it's like
24 minutes.
you can probably get no,
They have to be
you
like
can probably get through it in maybe like an hour,
Oh, okay.
but you have to go through all 300 laps.
That's what it was, yeah. It was one of the endurance challenges, right? Or something like that? Like endurance
Yeah,
race or something.
yeah, that's what they call them in the game, but it's Le Mans. But yeah, so I used to be that dude, man, and like it was the thing that really hit me when I was watching the movie was back then there was a couple of musicians that I used to listen to, which I deemed as really good driving music. One of them was Anya, another one was called BT, and another one was called Robert Miles.
Okay.
And ironically enough, they played the main character. He listens to Anya, and
Do you mean Enya?
Hello.
I thought it was pronounced Anya. I don't know. I guess it's pronounced Anya. I don't know.
The lady's like, that
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
Is it Enya?
Mm, I don't know. The one last time I heard her have an interview, she said Anya,
Well,
but I don't know. Whatever.
you still got okay.
Um,
I think
who else?
it's-
Was it Miles Davis?
You tell me.
I think it was. He listened to her and Miles Davis. I think it was before a race, calm him down. But I used to listen not Miles Davis, but I used to listen to her and the other people I mentioned while racing because it was just like perfect racing music for me. And it was just really cool, like how I guess maybe it, it's just interesting to me, like if you share something that is similar with a group of people, that sometimes not only the very thing that you're sharing together, but things that come along with it end up being things that you share too. So it's like oh, you listen to that too, yeah, man, because I play this game. Oh, I listened to that too, and it was just really cool how they had that music in the movie because that was the very music I used to listen to when I would play the game. So I'm wondering if that's like a common thing amongst like people who play Gran Turismo or play racing games in general.
I tried, but
But
Oh,
that joint was really cool. I watched it 3 times so far. I'm actually thinking about watching it again tonight.
it's a little one.
there you go. Gran Turismo. I know we mentioned it before, but that's why I wanted to check it. I could have sworn they did do that same tournament yearly, but I don't remember. I just remember that I need to remember the name of by Sony. I don't know. Gran Turismo tournament. Is it the World Series? Yeah, it's GT World Series. Gran Turismo World Series, the Nations Cup, and then the Manufacturers Cup. Points. I want to see. Where's the prize at? Final score ties. Points of caution. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Competitors agreed to I could have sworn that's what it was, but online series, online world finals. I'm not seeing any like rewards for it, but I could have sworn it was this World Series thing that if you won, you get into that. I think that's how that movie started, or like the details on that. Like
Well,
if
there was a representative from each country, so um you had to compete in a Gran Turismo race. Well, first of all, to even get invited, you had to have like the fastest laps, and then amongst those people, they had to race against each other, and whoever won that race within their country. I think is it country or state?
no,
I
it's
think it's
country. It's country. I'm looking at the eligibility and stuff, and like the Nations Cup is for
yeah,
Europe, Middle East, and Africa, but they also had each of the countries. There's one in Austria, Bahrain, Belgium, Bulgaria, Czech Republic, Denmark. Fit like it went through all of those countries.
yeah. So each person from each country will have to win all their races for that particular country, and then those prospective people get to go to the GT Academy where they learn how to race for real.
Like for real, for real.
Yeah. And it was cool because it's like um I guess there's a lot of stuff that people don't think about when it comes to racing.
Uh-huh.
Like they think you just get in the car and you just you gotta have fast reflexes and you just drive fast and you be smart or whatever. But it's a lot of mental and physical
Okay, this
Stress.
stress that your body goes through, especially physical, because the temperature in that car is like at least between 65 and 75 degrees with no AC.
Do you remember
And
the main character's name at all?
Gran.
Uh-huh.
was it Juan? No, John Juan? It's pronounced. I mean, it's spelled J-A. I think it's Jaun, something like that.
Jaun.
I think.
Is he from Philly?
Nah, he's from Europe.
Jau. I'm looking at like the historical winners and stuff to see if I see this guy's name, unless they changed his name for the movie. They might have.
I don't think so because they show
oh shit. Okay.
yeah, it's I guess that's pronounced Jan. I forget how they say it in the movie, but it's Jann. But they
A...
show the real guy at the end of the movie. They show the real guy with the actor that played him.
I don't know. That seems hard.
Oh, then never mind. It might not be that tournament because I looked up Jann on the Gran Turismo World Series Wikipedia to see if he comes up, and it
No,
doesn't. So
I didn't know.
I might
Huh?
have gotten the
It's,
wrong thing.
it's
What's up?
uh,
What happened? On?
this is the real dude right here. Sorry for the long link.
Youngest winner of the GT Academy competition. Oh, so it's just called. Okay, I see. So that it wasn't GT World Series, it's GT Academy.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
It's a sentence
I see.
short so the last two are okay.
2016 invitation. Oh, the last time they did it was
Right, that
2016.
really did happen.
What junk really did happen?
Hold on, let me mute this.
That's why I gotta let it go.
What do you mean? Let me mute this. What's happening
Oh
now?
my god!
Okay.
It's something that you're gonna see in the movie. I don't want to spoil it for you. So I guess everything that you see in that movie happened in real life, bro.
Yeah,
Every single thing.
that they in the trailer it says this is based on a true story. Like it's
Yeah, but sometimes when they do based on a true story, they change, they modify some stuff. Like it may not be anything huge, but like minute things or whatever. But everything that you see, like you'll see what I'm talking about after you watch the movie. I'll tell you what I'm talking about.
okay. I
I
don't
thought it was something.
see.
I thought it was something that they threw into the movie to like create not conflict, but just like a turning point in the movie. I thought it was something that was the writers had put in there, but apparently it wasn't. It actually happened.
Oh, he was a 2011. Okay, I got the year he was in. Yeah, so he was the Europe winner, like you mentioned, the Jan dude. And they've been doing it it looks like every year, and they stopped maybe 2016. It looks like
Oh, they don't do it anymore.
I don't see anything past 2016. That's my thing here. I only see up to 2016. Let me check the Wikipedia. The Wikipedia. Yeah, the last one was in 2016.
I wonder why they stopped.
That's a good reason. That's a good question.
I think you know why.
What? Yeah, I think I know why.
Yeah, I think you know why.
Those are the graduates. I don't know. That is a cool thing. I hope they bring it back. That shit
There's a
is.
dude. There's a dude in there. I wouldn't really call him the antagonist, but he's kind of like an antagonist. Um, he drives for Kappa. I want you to let you guys let me know what you think of him once you watch the movie.
Okay. He's probably by the end of it. It's probably my my response to you is probably that he needs to get hit in the mouth or something, right? Is he one of those disrespectful people? I
I
guess
don't want
I'll.
to spoil it
Yeah,
for
you're
you,
right.
but
You're right. You're
like,
right.
he drives a gold Lambo.
Gold?
Yeah,
Yeah. So I think it's gonna.
it's not real gold, obviously,
I
but
know,
the
but I mean,
color is
like the
gold.
colors gold. So yeah, it sounds like it's one of those guys that's just says disrespectful shit. Needs to get hit in the mouth. Got it. Okay. I'll let you know. I do have to watch that as well. And it looks like digital release of the Mission Impossible movies out somehow. Don't look at me, I didn't get it. Uh so I might check that out as well. What was I gonna mention to you? Damn, it was about Gran Turismo and I forgot. Okay, if it comes back up, I'll ask you. But it sounds like you definitely recommend it. If you're watching it like 5 times now. Excuse me.
Again, I mean, it depends on the person. Like, as a movie overall, is good. It's not terrible,
And then as a
but
racing
there's
fan, it's
there's
really
a
good.
lot of yeah. It's a lot of stuff that if you're into that stuff, if you're into racing, if you're into racing games, if you're into video games, mm, this movie will hit different for you. But if you're
Cool.
just a regular Joe who's just looking for a good movie to watch, then I would say it's a good movie to watch. It's not going to be like, oh my god.
You're not gonna like poop your pants in excitement.
Yeah. But for me, it was just like I thought it was really good because
You
there was a
def
lot of stuff I could relate to.
So you definitely pooped your pants in excitement.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's sick. Yeah, I'm excited. I got stuff to watch, and I gotta watch this Gran Turismo. So I gotta watch Castlevania. Sick. Anything else you got?
I strongly recommend the soundtrack too. Like whenever I get on the highway, I immediately put that on.
Oh, hold on. Let me check something. Is it on streaming services? Is it grouped together as in like the soundtrack for Gran Turismo, or is it something else?
Yeah, it's called the Gran Turismo soundtrack.
Oh, I misspelled Gran Turismo. I don't see it on here. I'll look for it later.
It's on
Or,
Apple Music.
but it might not be on title. Remember, we have title, so I'll check it out later. Brian, what you watching? What you watching?
Just have some shit up on my other screen. Not really.
What, battle rap?
No.
Oh, okay. Porn?
No.
The correct answer is yes, always. Yeah, slide that big. I mean, you're gonna need more than one hand for that. So, anywho, I think that's all we have for ingest and stuff. What was I gonna mention?
They're making a Mortal Kombat 2 movie.
Yeah.
You mean the follow up to the one the recent one?
The follow up to that piece of trash that they made.
They announced
Oh,
that
my-
long ago.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh my god! And they're still going through with it. Okay. Yeah, I was excited to watch that movie, and then I saw it, and I'm like, I'm not excited to know that I watched this movie.
I still need to watch the second animated one. After this Scorpion one.
Who's focused on this?
I don't remember.
Oh,
It's a Johnny Cage one coming out soon.
animated?
Yeah.
That might be cool.
It's
Might be.
the same people who did they did Scorpion, Liu Kang. I feel like there's one more. I know there's like at least 3 of them out right now.
Boo Bang.
Who?
No, he just said boo bang. Like he
Oh.
said Liu Kang, so he just replaced it.
I mean, that sounds like a Mortal Kombat character. Though.
That might be his like evil version of himself that they might write into the next Mortal Kombat game.
When he's in zombie form and after Deadly Alliance, his name is Boo Bang. It's not.
That'd be really good. What was I gonna mention? If it's a Cage movie, I mean it's probably gonna be pretty funny. I mean he's usually like the smart ass or doing funny shit.
What's his name? I don't remember the actor's real name, but he's a really good actor. He was in The Boys, the main dude.
Who plays Butcher?
Yeah,
I don't remember
He's
his name, but I know who you're
supposed
talking
to-
about.
He's supposed to be playing Johnny Cage in the new Mortal Kombat movie.
You never know.
Oh yeah, instead of Kano. Yeah, that's old news, man.
God damn it.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, we did. We've talked about it.
The Boys. His name is Carl Urban. I looked it up. The internet saved me. So I'm like, I know his name. Speaking of which, I did rewatch the season 3 of The Boys recently. Just because Gen V came out, so I wanted like a refresher on The Boys before I start watching Gen V.
What the hell is that?
Gen V is a spin-off show from The Boys. And it's about, like teenagers, obviously, but with V.
I saw the trailer about it. I was curious of whether or not I was, because I'm a little skeptical when it comes to spin-offs.
Same.
Usually not as good as the original.
Same. And I might like it less now that I rewatched the season 3 of The Boys, because man, I miss that group of people, dude. I'm like, damn, it's been a while since we've seen The Boys.
Are they not making a new season?
They are. It's just, I think they've run into hiccups along the way, and then the strike, and then COVID, or when did season 3 come out? Hold on.
2 years
Oh no,
ago?
yeah, it came out. It came out last year actually, in June. It's only been a year.
It's not cheating. It's harder. That's all.
Is the Gen V thing live action or
Yeah,
animated?
it's live action.
When's the? Isn't it this month Invincible shit or no?
Yeah, it comes out in like 30 days, like literally a month.
So November.
Let me get you the exact date here. Where is it? November 2nd. Literally like, not literally 30 days. So 29, sorry, or 28, whatever. But November 2nd. And a good way to get hyped for it is watch the Adam Eve short they have. Or not short, like the one-off episode they dropped. Definitely worth it because
The animations are clean as
they flex the animation skills on it. So Fernando, if you haven't seen it, but I'm pretty sure you did.
Saying what?
Adam Eve.
Oh yeah.
I still need to see. I think
Right at the top.
a whole season, maybe even 2, after I stopped watching Young Justice. I'm behind. It's been a long time.
I haven't even started that. I heard that was good.
It's good from what I've seen. It's good.
But Invincible's coming out. I'm gonna watch Gen V as well.
I put the Johnny Cage movie in the school.
Almost done.
It's called Cage Match. That's pretty cool. It says it's gonna come out this year, like you mentioned. I don't see a date.
It comes out like in a couple of weeks.
Oh, you're right. It's October 17th.
It looks like it's Ashra, and I don't know who the fuck that primal lady is. Yeah, I don't know who that is, but I know upper left, white hat, Ashra.
Looks like her name is Kia.
Maybe new character?
Perhaps. I never heard of Kia. I've seen people in one, but
Who's in the fucking car?
what?
It just looks like a random guy in the cover.
I don't know. It might be his chauffeur or something like his, but like, isn't he like super rich already?
Yeah.
So he might have like a chauffeur, like driver or something.
The shape of this. This one's straight.
I do need to check out the other ones. I think I've only seen one of them, Mortal Kombat Legends stuff from that series. That's it.
Oh, she's from apparently that really the Sub-Zero MK game everybody shits on. That's why I've never seen her before in my life.
Got it. So she's a returning character. Cast, if you will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's in. Oh, she's even in Armageddon's conquest mode apparently.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember her. I remember that, but I don't remember her.
Oh, there's more.
As in, like, I don't remember her in Armageddon.
Just in the story, it seemed.
I remember watching you play this story. I remember that. There's a third Equalizer?
Yeah, it came out recently
Oh
apparently.
yeah, I meant to tell you I saw that.
There's a third Equalizer? That's crazy.
I still need to see the first two.
Randall, is it good or is it just
Yeah, it's good.
okay? Because I saw the only one I saw was the first one, and then I saw there was a second one. I'm like, I don't know, and then now there's
You
a
didn't
third
like the
one.
first one?
The first one I thought was cool. Like I'm like, okay, this is dope. But then when I saw the second one, I'm like, did we need a second one? And then now I didn't know there was a third one.
No, this is
That's crazy.
the thickness.
So I'm
Instead of fill the John Wick void.
I guess John Wick came out this year though.
Someone's gotta fill a few month-long John Wick void.
Wait, let me double check. I might be lying
Why
to
are
you.
you saying that? Apparently Gilbert Gottfried voiced somebody in this MK movie.
Maybe a civilian or something, right?
David Doobity.
Okay. I mean, back to this. Hold on, Equalizer 3. Is it worth watching? Right? Like, I haven't seen the second one or the third one, so I just watched
Just
both.
said it was good.
But I mean, like, Randall, we live in a world where John Wick 4's out, and like, is
but
it?
but Denzel Washington isn't Keanu Reeves.
That's what I'm asking. Like, is this
It's
like
two different acting styles.
correct? That's what I'm asking. Do I bother watching those two, or
What do you
can?
mean? Do you bother?
Because I can just
It's
rewatch.
Denzel Washington. He's like one of the greatest actors ever.
Okay, but Equalizer's action. So now that I have John Wick 1 through 4, do I bother watching Equalizer or just rewatch John Wick?
That's like saying if I watch Bruce Lee martial arts movies, then I should never watch a movie with Tony Jaa, Scott Adkins, who else? Donnie Yen. That's like saying I should never watch a movie with any of those guys in it.
Well, he's asking if he should bother, given that you like. It's basically saying if comparing it to this person, should he bother if they're not
That's
like
what
this
I
person?
know. That's what I'm getting at. He shouldn't compare, is what I'm trying to say.
But your comparison is the same
How?
because they're all Asian martial artists.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Just because they do martial arts doesn't mean you shouldn't go watch another one just because you like Bruce Lee. You should watch Donnie Yen. You should watch Tony Jaa.
Yeah, but Denzel does not do what Keanu does. That's why I'm asking.
I don't know.
It's shot in the way where it's like
that's more of a reason to go see it then.
that sounds like
Because
it's
two fighting styles.
that sounds like it's not a reason to go watch that.
Oh my god.
The
Kind
whole
of-
question, back to whatever the fuck we were talking about, is does X person stack up to this person? That's
Yeah, like
the only
Keanu Reeves,
question.
the John Wick's movies. There's no quick cutting. There's nothing like it's a one frame. It's him bodying everyone. Is this Equalizer like the same thing or is it not?
It's shot the same way as I can't think of the
John Wick.
movies.
Well, okay, well I'll check it out because the first Equalizer was not felt like a John Wick movie. There was a bunch of quick cuts in the middle of fights so you can hide the fighting and the training or the CQC. And John Wick's does not. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, you're not gonna get those long shots that you're talking about. I mean, because Keanu Reeves, like, he does that stuff in real life.
Okay, Randall. So now do you understand my question? Because there's a difference now. There's a huge difference because I don't have to do. Hey, there's Denzel Washington's stunt double. This is Keanu doing it, right?
No,
And
it's not. There's no stunt double. It's him. It's just that you're gonna get some cuts.
Okay,
I
guess
guess
that's
for whatever reason the director thought it was a good idea to do cuts. I don't know. I wasn't there.
my
The
question.
movie is
Like,
good. Is the point that I'm trying to make.
okay, yeah, I'll watch it if it's good. But in comparison, like if it's that much
But
of a gap,
you shouldn't compare it. That's what I'm saying. Don't go into the movie comparing. Just go in there to have a good time. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But don't be like, oh, Keanu Reeves would have did this better because that's not right.
so he's not gunning for a John Wick replacement.
No, they
Okay.
fight totally different. They are two totally. John Wick is a hitman. He's not a hitman.
Now you're answering my question, my initial question. That's all I'm asking.
You
Like
saw the
if
first one, so you know that already.
yeah, and
You
I
saw
and
the
I
first
thought it
one?
was judging off only the first Equalizer. I would tell people go watch John Wick and not watch the Equalizer. That's why I'm asking.
That makes okay.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you said. Well,
You
okay.
You don't feel me, player?
No, I don't.
What the heck, man? Brian, do you feel me, player? He doesn't feel me, player either. If just watching the first Equalizer, I'm like, nah, don't. I would be like, don't bother. Go watch the John Wick series.
No, that make what? Okay, was Equalizer a good movie?
It was an okay movie, and an okay action movie. Like I watch different genre movies for that specific genre. Like an action movie, the action better be on point, right? Like especially if it's fighting or CQC. The gunfights, I don't know how to really know how to rate those because how would I rate a gunfight?
There really wasn't no gunfights. Most of his stuff is like hand-to-hand combat.
And him being pretty like slick with it, like I plan 6 steps ahead of you, kind of stuff. That's cool, but it ain't John Wick action where people are just getting decimated, right?
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to make sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get that my
Is it-
mind right before I
My
start
point that
watching.
I'm making is that it's two different styles of fighting. It's not the same.
But yeah, they're separate. I'm just saying my preference is what's happening in that Continental. You know what I'm saying? That Continental saga. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that's out too.
What?
The TV show.
You haven't seen it?
No, the new show for the Continental. I haven't seen it, man.
The
Mel
whole thing
Gibson's
out,
in
or
it.
is it?
I think it's weekly, right? Randall? Or did you? Or is it? Oh, it's all out.
I saw the whole. I could have sworn I did a review when they did not.
No.
No, you haven't. Oh, and the season finale comes out in 2 days. So there's 2 episodes out of the 3, and
Must
they're
be
all.
true. 'Cause I thought I did watch it.
It's
You might have watched it, but you never mentioned the show once on.
yeah. You might have seen the 2 episodes that are out, but you haven't spoken about it.
I think if I did see it, I would have.
Yeah, there's 2 out. The last one comes out in 2 days, and they're all like hour and a halves. Like remember Sherlock
Who
one
is
was
it
for
centered?
BBC? Huh?
Who is it centered around?
It looks like it's a bunch of people because it's a mini series, and each episode. Oh no, never mind. There's a set cast. Hold on.
Jimmy Fallon is the killer.
Mel Gibson's in it.
Ugh.
Colin Woodwell. I'm sorry, Colin Woodell, Michelle Prada, Ben Robson, Hubert Poindexter, I guess. I cannot pronounce her name. Jessica Elaine, can't pronounce that name. And Jeremy Bobb are the people casted right now. So I don't know who the main character is.
He looks familiar. I just don't know anything.
Sorry, the main character looks like it's Winston Scott. Is that him young? Is that what this story's about? Is that Winston from?
So wait, so the character, or is that the actor?
The character name is Winston Scott.
Yeah,
then
it's
probably
supposed to be him when he was younger.
Oh, then that's what it's about because he's in all 3 episodes.
I mean, I don't know if he's like the center character, but I know that it's supposed to be a younger version of him in it.
Then I think it's him because he's that actor is all over the posters and stuff, looking like it's about him.
Hmm.
So I think it's him as a young kid, as a youngin. It's about
I
Winston.
noticed in the cast, I don't see anything about young John Wick dog.
Yeah, that's true. I don't see that either.
So I'm just kind of wondering,
Well, but yeah, I'm trying to figure out how we
season
connect
2?
them. Maybe it says it's a mini series, so I doubt it. It's over after this.
And then the one with the Anna of Arms. That's
Well, when is that
the
happening?
ballet dance. What is it? The ballet. The
The
ballerina.
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 I think it's ballerina. Who knows?
You know what would have been cool instead of the Expendables?
What's up?
Is if they did the Expendables, but as the characters instead of they act like some other guy. Like Expendables, and Bruce Willis is in it, but he's his character from Die Hard.
I see what you mean. Like
Yo,
what you mean? Like if
that
it
would
was
have been fire.
you talking about like Broforce? Like if
Essentially, so
like all the
Statham
80s
in there,
action
but
heroes.
he's the transporter.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that would have been sick.
Sylvester Stallone would have been John Rambo.
Yeah, like it would be a
so then
crossover.
out of nowhere, you just hear, "They're asking me if I'm back." John Wick's in the next one.
Uh-huh.
Oh my! Why
Yeah.
didn't they do that?
I think they're different
Everybody's
IP. No, well, yeah,
That
but
was no excuse for the first one.
maybe,
First
yeah.
one, I mean, they were old, but they weren't that old.
I think it's IP, Randall. I don't think one movie studio owns all of those characters.
Mm.
So they'd have to like negotiate like what Sony did with Spider-Man and MCU.
It'd be funny for like actors who had multiple iconic action characters. So like Keanu Reeves is in there twice as Neo and John Wick.
That would be pretty sick. I mean, that's a good idea.
I'm missing one.
That's all I got.
That's a really good action flick. Like that's a summer blockbuster kind of, plot line and like action movie.
Yeah, I mean it's an action movie, so you don't need the craziest story as to why all these people are in the same universe.
Yeah, just have
They,
fun with
they
it.
fight Mecha Godzilla or something.
Okay.
Oh, now you lost me.
Yeah, you lost me, bro. Like what John Wick's trying to do, like all those CQC things to Godzilla's toe or some shit.
Yeah. The whole first hour is him piecing up Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah.
Amount of fucking
You had me, Brian, and then I had to like, no. All right, well, we were gonna invest in your idea, and then you threw me out the window. Randall, I mean, I'm not trying to like push stuff on you, Randall, but that'd be a good, short. Just saying,
You're
I
welcome.
would have to come up with a good reason.
nah,
I could
You don't have to. It's action.
it's an action thing, dude.
talking
Just
about. There has to be a compelling reason why they're together.
you can just write in some MCU garbage.
You know what else you can do, Randall? Combine two things. It's essentially kind of like a blood sport, like the Hunger Games, but it's with all these action characters.
And then see who survives, like a battle royale with all the 80s action stars, like
Mhm.
Kurt Russell from like what is it, Chinatown movie? Oh my gosh,
Little
Trouble in
China.
Big Trouble in Little China, like with his fucking flowing locks, like not locks, his hair that he has.
If anything, yeah.
Ridley
so,
from Aliens, like all
so
of
the
the people.
reason would be so that, but then mix it with as in Hunger Games meets Twisted Metal. Calypso comes in and recruits all of them with the promise of whatever they wish they get,
Oh
and then
right,
they sign up for this for whatever reason, and then it's like Hunger Games with the action stars.
yo, John Wick's winning, because if you promise him I can get his wife back, he's gonna kill everybody there.
That's his. So that's his.
That's
reason,
his
that's the way
motive.
he
Yeah,
thinks.
Randall, this writes itself,
I don't
bro.
know. I don't know how cheesy this might be, but so there was a Predator movie called Predators that did terrible. But basically, what it was is they took people from all over the world that was like they took a serial killer, they took somebody that was from Yakuza, they took somebody from Black Ops, um,
Like top tier, like top.
people who are known for killing a lot of people.
Yeah, that's their that's their
You drop a
profession.
cigarette in there.
So they kidnapped, they kidnapped all these people
It's like,
and
like
they took them to a predator planet. So it wasn't on Earth. And it was crazy because at the beginning of the movie, I believe, it opens up with them free falling. So imagine if someone kidnaps you and drugs you, right? And then you wake up, usually you wake up in a room and you're like, what the heck happened? Imagine waking up in free fall.
Yeah, it's like battle royale. That's like, and where we landing, boys, and then you got to figure out where you're gonna land.
You have like these devices that are attached to them, and then I guess it knows how far they are from the ground, so then it automatically opens up the parachute, and then they land. But anyway, I was thinking that might be interesting if like somehow all of those guys got kidnapped or whatever, and then they have to because you mentioned Ripley.
You don't need
So I'm
to.
thinking-
You don't need to kidnap any of them, right? Brian
dude,
gave
like,
you
I
the
gave you the whole
golden
thing.
motive, which was Calypso. Anyone collects them. It's like when you win this tournament, you get one wish no matter what, with magic involved. So you bring people back to life, whatever the magic is, and you'll have people signing up. That's it. You don't need a cool reason. You just need a reason.
You need a cool reason.
That is the
because
cool reason.
It has to be grounded that people won't be like, "This sounds stupid." Because
Randall,
that type
he
of
gave
stuff
you
takes
the,
people out of the movie.
and it's not. You have one wish for winning this. That's relatable. Hey, I'm gonna kill everybody here to get X.
It
That's-
doesn't make any sense because all those guys you mentioned are heroes.
And they've all lost something.
Yeah, but they don't go around killing people just for like. If anything, they are all self-sacrificing, so it's not gonna make sense. Like they're not gonna be like, "Oh no, I want to live. No, I want to live," and then they're just gonna start killing each other. None of their characters are like that.
Because
That's
they've
why
never been in this situation.
Randall, you're putting them in the situation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Based on the characters that we know from
Uh-huh.
these movies, they will devise a plan on how to get out of it without killing each other. They're not going to just be like, "Oh well, every man for himself."
That's
not-
for you, Randall, to make environmental traps. You set up the guidelines. You can make up the rules. That's not an option. All you need, Randall, is a reason for them to be there and kill each other. That's it. And if the prize is S1 surviving, second, you get a wish as well. They're not going to be like, let's team up.
Based on the way them characters are written, they will.
Okay, but we're not here to see what
They're
they were
almost
like.
all lone wolves.
Yeah, we're
So
there for the action. It's an action movie, Randall. We're not gonna try to win no Emmys. Get in there and make something dope. What is wild? Get in there. You know, how many 80s kind of things are there? Like 20 you can add in there?
you got Sylvester Stallone with a bunch of them. John,
You have to
John
get them
Wick,
like a common enemy.
themselves.
Randall,
the person
there's no.
stopping them from what they want.
The prize is all you need.
But you keep saying that, but that's not how these characters operate. If you said Hannibal Lecter, the Joker, Black Mass, or like any of those type of guys, then that would make sense in that situation because all those dudes do is care about themselves.
Randall.
So in that type of situation, yeah, they would kill each other to get the gift. But these characters are honorable, noble, what is it called? What's
Randall,
that?
a bunch of lone wolves. You're trying to say is more plausible. They're gonna team up to stop one bad guy when that's never happened for these people.
Again, we're not talking about
What do you
stopping.
mean? They work with
Randall,
people in the movie.
we
They
ain't
just
stopping.
usually end up by themselves because everybody else around them gets killed.
Would you look at that? That's how they're there.
Because
So-
they're better than everybody else.
And now they're in a room with a bunch of people equal to or better than them.
Yeah, like there's no.
But they're not gonna fight each other.
So they're gonna sit there and die.
So you're gonna tell me
They're gonna devise a plan on how to get out without killing.
by winning.
By winning, Randall. They're on an island or something that they can't get anywhere, and then
In their
that's it. Like
Guys
in
are so
each-
focused on
in each is no, you don't want it this way. Just say that, but the reasoning you're giving is not.
it's
logical.
not. Yeah, like
It is
what?
logical because you at the very reason you pick
Randall,
these characters. Hold
Randall,
up.
listen to the sentence. Listen to the sentence, and then you can speak. They do in their movies. All they do is kill people to get what they want.
No, they're killing people to do the right thing. They're
Which
usually
is what they want.
it has nothing to do with them. Every
And
person that you mentioned is in the service, and they are serving the service. They're either going to save somebody, or relieve somebody from persecution, or destroy an enemy. They're all following orders.
So let me clear this up for you again, Randall. They are on an island where they will die or win. They are going to kill each other. They will not sit there and be like, let's wait it out. That is what's going to happen. That is human, literally fight or flight mode. It doesn't matter if they've been heroes before. You're in an island where it's like, hey, if you don't kill them peoples, they're going to kill you. That's it. Then that's all you need. It's surviving. That is in our DNA.
I know you believe that, but not everyone actually.
Taken.
Especially not noble people.
Taken to save his daughter. That's his reason he wants to survive. Rambo to get the fuck out of wherever he is. Die Hard, I'm pretty sure a big part of that was his daughter, was it not? Or was his kid?
With the first Die Hard movie? You talking about
Any
the
of
first?
them. You have a whole series for that one character.
Everyone was different. Every movie was different, like drastically different. In the first one, there was a Christmas party that got taken over by these. I don't know if you would call them like terrorists, but they were just a bunch of bad guys who wanted to steal something from that company or whatever, and he happened to be there. So he was like the only cop in the entire building that could do something about it. So he was doing his duty as a cop.
So that is how he wins. They get saved.
Yeah, by doing his duty as a cop.
Listen to my words. The whole point of him winning this tournament we set up is so that he saves those people now.
What
You just
people?
give him a reason. All right, so you guys want to like wrap up or?
Randall, if he wins as a police officer to save people, his wish could be to bring back the people he just murdered.
I guess if that's an option.
That is how we started this entire conversation. They get one wish, Randall, and it could be anything. You can. That's how you. That's an easy check
that
of
wouldn't be a
right
movie.
motive. What?
If you're saying if you're saying all these guys, right? All these guys are noble. All these guys are good guys. They're heroes. So if they all figure out, well, if we just kill each other, or if one person kills everybody, he wins, and he could just wish everybody back. The movie would be over in 5 minutes.
Then-
Everyone will
then-
willingly sacrifice themselves.
You just explained the Dragon Ball Super arc, and that lasted way more than 5 minutes. On top of that, that's not each one of these people's wish. You keep
Motivation.
painting them as heroes, you see them that way.
Yeah.
They have their own reasons, and you're just projecting onto them.
I'm going based off of the story plot.
Okay,
Agreed.
and then John Wick will not sit there and go, "Let me just save everybody." No, he will not. If he has a chance to bring back
John Wick
his
is
dog
different
and
because he's
his
not a hero.
You put Terminator, you put Schwarzenegger in there as Terminator. Again, different plot point to save a certain
But
thing.
if you pick that Terminator character, then yeah, he's not a hero. He's a bad guy.
So then pick the people that fit. It's that simple.
You're hitting us with so many excuses that who cares? We're here to make a YouTube
Y'all,
video.
I mean, y'all just threw out a plot, and y'all didn't say specifically what character was
Because
which.
Randall,
So you
this is
said
an action
initially
YouTube
you were
video.
missing initially you was mentioning heroes. That's
Because
what
it
you said.
doesn't, yeah. Because it doesn't matter if they're heroes. We just want to see them. You
Does
grab
matter.
Randall. You think a kid is
The
grabbing
reason
a?
why they're called heroes is because these people are self-sacrificing.
You're
I'm
They're
not-
calling them
gonna
that.
kill innocent people.
Randall, stop
You are
calling them
calling them.
heroes. We are grabbing characters and putting them in a thing and letting them fight. We're not grabbing heroes. We're just grabbing people. The same way kids grab toys and smash them together, dog. Like that's it. That is it. Anything deeper? Stop. You're just making excuses for
You know,
yourself.
you sound like them dudes in corporate America that be like, let's do this movie and change the main character to a boy and he does magic and he's nothing like how he was originally written.
That's not like it
You
at all.
hate
And
that.
again, you're projecting your own stuff on these people, and that's your excuse. That's
That's
fine.
exactly what your brother just said. He was like, they're just characters, so just take these characters and throw them into a situation and watch what happens.
Correct.
But you can't just do a movie like that, especially characters that are known to people in the world.
Randall,
Like
you
everyone knows that John Rambo is a good guy. Everyone knows that McClane is a really good guy. So if you put these people into a situation where you're just like, well, they're gonna kill people, the first thing people are gonna be like, that's not how that character acts or behaves.
Randall, you are not making a Hollywood video. A Hollywood film, you're not going to Paramount and be like, can I air that? You are making a short to flex your animation, to flex your art, to show these people attacking. People will go to see, hey, what? This video has who and who fight? How many people are in this? That's what they're going to go see. I'm not trying to give you Oscar winning writing here. Get those people there, action, it looks dope, release it. That's it.
Basically, pick who you think fits this, and then you can move on because you keep projecting this hero thing onto these characters. So just pick who fits this, and that's resolves your problems.
In order for it to be plausible, it would have to be a mixture of good guys and villains.
No, it wouldn't, because then the good guys would just band together again, like you mentioned. It has to be all villains for you to finally sit down and do it. It has to be all villains then. It can't be good guys.
It doesn't have to be all villains because I mean it doesn't mean that some of the good guys couldn't get taken out by some of the bad guys. Especially if you said like it's a situation where there are traps or whatever. I mean anything can happen. It could be somebody trying to save somebody and they end up getting killed because of it. So if you have like a mixture of, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a like all out bad guy. It could be somebody that's in the like a gray person, like in the middle, like John Wick. Somebody who's just like bends to both sides.
So all that happening is more logical than what we proposed before because the good guys would team up. Now, when you say there's villains, now there's no chance they're going to team up and do this.
No, I'm not saying that there won't be any team ups. There probably will be team ups. I'm just saying that it's more believable that a lot of the good guys would die off, but it won't be because John Rambo shot John McClane in the face. It would be more like because of a casualty. Maybe he was trying to save him or protect him, and he got shot by I don't know the Joker or something like that.
Again, let's go back to I don't care about logic here. We are here to their movesets because you've seen the movies, right, Randall? What does this moveset do to this moveset? That's it, man. We just want to see action heroes fight each other.
Yeah,
That's it.
I understand what you're saying, Anthony. I get what you're saying, but that's not going to make a good story.
I'm not here to, fam, get them together to fight. That's it. The credits is they fought, not a good story.
If written correctly, it can. It's just you're stuck on the one thing.
Yeah, like
it's what we're looping at.
Who cares, fam? You don't have a logical reason. Who cares? We've
does
seen
matter.
worse.
It's the very thing that's going on in Hollywood right now. Is when
Randall, you
someone
are
takes
not
a
in
character-
Hollywood. It doesn't matter if you do the same thing they're doing.
You're talking about making a short for other people to watch, right? Like you
And
told me to make a short to put on. Well, the whole point, if I'm gonna make it, if I'm gonna be using these characters, these beloved characters that people have history with and that they know, then I mean I have to follow the rules of who these characters are. As soon as I jump out of those rules, the integrity of those characters are broken. They are no longer those characters, and then people have a problem with that. That's the very thing that takes people out of a movie. So
Randall,
even
we don't make things for other people's amusement. You make it for yourself. And if it bothers you, cool. Then don't make it, dude. Right? Don't be out here going, hey, what are people like? And then make it. You make it yourself and then release it.
yeah, I agree with you if it's your own IP, like if it's your own original characters. But I can't take somebody like Wolverine and then be like he's a ballet fighter or he fights like what's that chick
A
name?
ballet fighter? Randall, you can do whatever you want.
Awful anecdote again, but continue.
What is
A
that?
ballet dancer?
Lily. I'm using
I
very
don't-
extreme examples because I'm just trying to make a point.
But they're
like,
not. That's a bad point. There's not 1-to-1.
how.
Yeah, we're not asking you to give them like John Wick's not gonna be like a Jedi. They're just going to do exactly how they act in action movies during action sequences.
Yeah,
That's it.
that part I
so-
understand. I'm talking about the
Brent.
reason why their personality. You're asking me to change their
I'm gonna
personality.
say it. I'm gonna say it again. The exact same thing I've been saying that you're not listening to.
Okay.
Put the character. They have reasons for doing what they do. Correct. That is the reason they're partaking in this. End sentence.
Yeah, but the very reason is why they're doing it, right? You just said that every character does something for a reason. You both
Correct.
agree on that.
So use
So
their reasoning.
their reasons are good. They're not bad. They're not selfish.
So again, that works within this setup. To save people, they're willing to do stuff for the greater good.
So in your
to-
example, you're saying that if I kill all these people, I could wish them all back.
that could be one person's thing. Or John McClane, his whole city, where he's from, held at a certain way to save them. He has to win this thing. If not, bye bye everybody he cares about.
So you're talking about a Secret Wars situation.
That's not Secret Wars in any shape or form.
Yeah, so what are you talking about?
You just said to save his city. That's exactly what Secret Wars is.
Secret Wars
Everyone's
is different
save their universe.
timelines.
Secret
But
War?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's still it doesn't matter if it's a timeline. It's that they don't want their universe to be destroyed.
No more anecdotes from you.
It's
You
just
use
is
no
that
more
not
anecdotes.
equivalent to what he just said?
No,
He said
'cause-
John McClane wants to save his people.
City.
People from it doesn't matter if it's a city or if it's a country. It's still
Do you,
people.
do you actually know what Secret Wars is?
it does
Yes,
matter
I
because
do.
it's happening in secret. Like if New York's being taken hostage by something, it's not going to be John McClane they call. They're going to call the government.
No, I'm talking about the reason behind why everybody's fighting each other. It's because each person is trying to save their own universe. It's the
That's you
same
put
thing.
this out. No one else said this but you.
Yeah, I mean, I never said that, but sure, that works too, Randall. You got them all there now. So now what?
Jeez.
You got it. Now you solved whatever problem you had. They don't even have to make a wish. They just save the universe. Finished. Done. There you go. Now you have your reason. Just to get these guys to fight each other.
Holy fuck! The same.
Are you in
sentence over
shock
and over.
that you
I don't
just
know if-
solved your problem, or
The sad thing is, I still don't know if he actually listened to me.
I don't know.
I'm saying everything that you're saying. I don't think you're listening to
You're
me.
not. You can
No,
watch this
you
episode
just-
back. You have not actually said what I'm saying at all.
Yeah, you just gave
What
a
have you
different
said
option.
that I didn't say.
I'm not gonna continue this because you don't listen. So let's just move forward.
You also just fixed your problem, Randall. You know that, right? You came up with the idea just now.
I mean, that's a plausible reason.
Then you got it. That's your reason, Randall. So when can we get some storyboards up? Because that's it. They all need to save the universe.
I mean, I would have to put that on my backlog of shorts to do.
I don't even know if I want this to happen anymore.
I still do.
This is sour. Scrap this.
You know how many fucking people you can put in there? It's insane. That battle royale will be, and you can fake you can fake the battle royale by just making uh like a bracket, randomize those people, and then shoot it like these guys fought each other first, these guys fought each other first, and then make it to the end. That makes sense.
A
Like,
bracket.
yeah, like you don't show this. Like this is you planning like who would win. Like you make a bracket, like storyboarding, fill up a tournament bracket like 1-on-1s with I don't know how many people you're gonna add to this, and then just go through each fight, like writing it down, not make the fight yet. Just write down, oh, who would you like to win this fight, this fight, this fight, and that way you know who's gonna be the winner at the end because you've done your research for each combat. And there you go. And that's how you storyboard it. And then you can just have fun with how they fight each other in the middle of each of those fights. That's insane.
That's a lot of people.
I mean, it's as much as you like, but I mean, like, you have a big
mean,
pool to draw from.
Each one of these actors have played like a lot of characters, both good and bad.
I mean, that's fine if you see this. Yeah, I'm cool with seeing Keanu Reeves as different characters because they all have their different characters. Like Neo can fucking fly around and stuff. I don't know if you want to add Neo because he's
I
broken.
don't know if has Keanu Reeves ever played a bad character?
Like a bad guy? I don't know. I mean, he played Constantine. That'd be pretty cool to get that art style in there as well. The Constantine.
But isn't Constantine good?
He's gray, right? Like he does good and bad.
Oh,
He does good things and he does bad things.
I know he does a lot with the magic and stuff like that.
The dark arts.
Yeah, the dark arts, black magic.
With what's her name? Zatanna. All right. So we gave Randall a 2025 goal of I need to see the 80s battle royale. I guess it doesn't have to be 80s, but action hero battle royales, action stars battle royale. Alrighty.
Yeah, that would be a lot to take on.
You could, I mean, it is almost infinitely scalable how many characters you could add in there. So you could add in like action heroes from like the 80s or stuff that are in anime. I imagine Akira in there.
You don't want to do the whole situation where it's like, you know how like sometimes they bring a bunch of characters that we all like into a movie, and then they're only in there for like 30 seconds.
Like
So
what's it called? Wreck-It
just-
Ralph.
Yeah, just so they could say, "Oh, such and such was in the movie," but they didn't really do anything.
They're just cameos, like same way. What's his name? Stan Lee was doing his cameos. I mean, granted, he kind of unofficially was a watcher, right?
He was.
Right? Because there was that.
I know he was.
That
I
was
know
that.
he was a part where he was talking to him. I didn't know they made him one.
I thought, yeah, it's not
Technically considered one because he was up there.
because he was up there with them and talking to them. Because I don't think the watchers show themselves to the people. But they might converse with each other, but I don't think they usually don't show up, unless it was like the What If where he showed up. He showed up to specific people because Ultron. What was the mix? It was Ultron and what?
And Killmonger.
And Killmonger mesh were like getting overpowered, but time flies while we're making movies.
I still want to. Out of the list of shorts that I want to do, I think the first one that I still want to do is either
Goku versus
No.
Superman. Oh,
it's called what's it? Mel
Gibson.
I can't think of the name.
Malachi.
Malevolent.
Malevolent.
No,
Maleficent.
no, it sounds like Maleficent, but I have to look at my
Okay,
notes.
that's fine.
But basically, I want to do a short where, well, actually, it's two Star Wars related. One of them is the one that I obviously having a hard time pronouncing right now, and the other one is
I don't think I know that character. Then he's from Star
no,
Wars.
no,
It
no.
starts with an M.
These are not original Star Wars characters. These are going to be all stuff characters that I made up.
Oh, that's
But
what I'm
it's
like.
going
I
to be in
don't
the Star Wars universe.
got it. I was gonna say I don't remember a character with
The
Mala
character
something.
that's not the name of the character. It's just the subtitle of the short.
Got it.
I just can't remember the name of it.
Gotcha.
But the other one is about stormtroopers, and this is me trying to redeem stormtroopers. So basically, I want to make a short based on what I perceive them how they should be. Because
Sign me up.
Stormtroopers are supposed to be the most elite fighters in the world. They're not supposed to be a joke, which is what they turned them into over the years. So I want to make a short that shows, you know, um,
Like it's an army to be feared.
kids getting kidnapped in the middle of the night, taken from their parents, and trained. Because that's how they used that before the Clone
Before the
Wars.
clone stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that's how they got stormtroopers. They would kidnap kids and take them and train them.
Break them down and rebuild them as killing machines.
And I want to show that whole process, and then once they put on that suit, it's like it's as serious as putting on a Spartan suit, like in Halo.
Or
You know,
even
like
ODST, like the shock drop troopers. Is that what it was, right?
Orbital
Orbital.
drop shock troopers.
Yeah, you talking about like the ODST,
yeah.
orbital drop
I
shock
remember,
troopers.
I forget the book it was called. I think it was called something Reach, or maybe it was just called Reach. It was some Halo book I read a long time ago, and it was explaining how um, how Master Chief became Master Chief, like what he looked like, why they picked him.
He's an Italian
yeah.
man.
Nah, actually the original reason why they picked him was because of luck.
Oh, it was just like a randomly generated.
No, because he had luck.
Oh, he's okay. I mean, you could definitely tell he has luck if you played any of the Halo games.
Yeah.
He's a lucky motherfucker.
And apparently he's like the way he looks, he's pale with freckles. But when they was going through the training, they were saying like when people was putting on the suits, like the Spartan suits, it was like ripping people's arms off because they couldn't control it because of how powerful they were. They were like ripping their arms and limbs off, or anytime they tried to like do something, they couldn't. Their body wasn't strong enough to handle it.
That's traumatizing. They even just said, "Listen, can you imagine trying to put a suit of armor and you just hold like the weight of armor just rips your arm off." I'm cool on that, dude. Thank you.
But I want to do something like that with the stormtroopers. Obviously, the suit is not going to be
that
intense, but I want to make it to the point where it's like when you put this suit on,
it's a problem.
Yeah, like these dudes are serious. Like it will the whole Order 66 will make a lot more sense after this short, because it's like all these years they've been making jokes about stormtroopers can't shoot, right? But then they execute Order 66, and you telling me like these Jedi's couldn't deflect all these shots, even though these guys can't shoot. It would make more sense if these guys were like really good at what they did, like they were like elite. Then it would make sense when they execute Order 66. Wow, how they killed a bunch of Jedi.
And they overran the whole temple. Like they stormed the temple with a bunch of Jedi, and you telling me they couldn't fend them off?
Yeah, it would make more sense. So that's like those two shorts is something I want to do. Those are probably going to be the first two that I do, and they're really personal to me because I want to make them really good.
Sounds like you need to make the Stormtrooper one first. That's just me with no bias, so you know.
I just don't know what I would call it though. I want it to be called something cool.
I'm bad with naming shit, so don't even look this way.
65.
Yep. Just right before it.
65?
Yeah.
Man, that could be something. That could be a real name.
You should check to see
like it could be like the creation of the Stormtrooper Order 65.
You might have to fact check it because you have to make sure that wasn't a different or like I'm assuming if it's 66, there've been older
65 more before that.
Yeah, so you don't want to like overwrite what that order is.
Or just call it Order 01 or something if it's an origin.
That's pretty cool. All right. I mean, we can think on it more in the next week if you like. The brainstorming cast. Fill out Randall's storyboard. Anyway, that's it for this week. It's already 10 o'clock. I fucking flew by it after talking about the movie, or the future Battle Royale movie. Yeah, make sure to watch, listen, tell your friends, like, subscribe, comment. What else can you do? Share it. Replay it. Re-listen to it, I guess. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next week. Bye.